Okay guys, we're back at it again with another rune farm, and this one is actually right near these two beautiful rune farms right here. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about it already, we have got a couple of rune farms that are already here, and these are actually really easy to execute. You will just simply shoot this one here, and that's going to drag this bird off the edge. That is going to give you a load of runes, and on top of that as well, we have also got the beautiful buggers right here that will again give you a load of runes, given the fact that you've got the sacred relic sword. But that is not what we are here for today. The reason we are doing this one is because if you get bored of these two variations of farming, and you will, trust me, you will, then there is another method. Now, it is not as effective, that is for sure, but it is an alternate method that you guys can utilize. Now, it is one of those off of the map glitches that you guys have already seen 1,000 times over, but this one is right next to this area. So the reason this is useful is mainly because if you get bored of doing these two, you can just go ahead and do a random farm of this one, maybe one or two, then jump straight back to the bird or straight back to the Albinaurix and just switch it up and keep the gameplay a little bit salty. Now, it is not this giant wall right here. It is actually just down here right next to that tree, and it's actually a bit of a tricky one, although it can be very easy. We can run all the way around this and come out down the bottom, but we are going to be making our way across the top here. Now, do be careful because this bit is extremely slippy and you will fall to your death if you do not drop down slowly. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one, and like I just said, it's not 100% easy, but you will start off at this right here. Now, before we get into it, if you haven't already, slap the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, be greatly appreciated. So, this one you may not get every time when you first start it, but once you do, it is probably the easiest and one of the quickest ways of doing this. So, essentially, we want to run up and headbutt this wall. After running up and headbutting it, we are going to make a slight dip to the left-hand side. You'll see what we mean in just a second. But once you do, you want to keep swiping your sword and swiping your sword until you manage to get a load of runes through. Now, a good thing you can utilize at this point is the golden scarab, and it increases runes obtained from defeated enemies. If you guys want to get a hold of this, I will leave the link down in the description. We're gonna pop that there. Also, on top of that, we also have the beautiful pickly fowly foot. The gold pickled fowl foot boosts the rune acquisitions 4 times. So we're also going to break off the foot, and for some reason we eat it, which is a very weird animation for a foul pickled foot. But anyway, so we are going to be making a jump over to this wall right here, and then jumping slight left just through the crevice. You will be able to see exactly what we mean, but we are going to be going from here, jumping against this wall, and then we're going to double jump. Okay, and there we have it. We seem to be dropping straight through the map. You'll know when you've done it right because it won't say you died. You'll just continuously drop, and this screen just doesn't change whatsoever. So what you want to do at this point is just keep swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping, and eventually runes will drop. Now, obviously, to get to this location, it does take a little bit of time. If you guys are early game, you can do it by doing the white mask questline, and that is right at the beginning. So at the first step, you'll see the white mask person right at the beginning. We start off the questline there. I'll leave a guide down in the comment in the description for you guys who haven't got to this area yet. There is also a bypass as well, that if you've got to the main white snowy biome, then you can actually do this a lot easier as well. So if you've managed to get to the snow biome, we can get you there really quick. Again, second link will be down in the description for you guys to do that. But eventually, if you do keep swiping your sword, it will eventually come through and the runes will ping up in the bottom right corner. Now, like I said, this is not by any stretch of the imagination the fastest method for you guys to do this, but it is a good method for a bit of a route filler. You can see there, this is New Game Plus, so I managed to come out with about 300,000, although if you do this in standard playstyle without New Game Plus, you'll come out with about 130k, I believe it is. But it's a really good way of doing it. If you continue, you will get a nice lump sum on top of that, and sometimes you will get a third sum if you continue swiping then again as well. From that point, all you have to do is just jump back to the main grace point and rinse and repeat. It's not all that difficult, and it's a pretty simple farm to do, especially if you're just doing this for a bit of timing. Like I said though, these two farms right here, especially the Albinauric one, if you've got this sword, will be a ton easier just because of the way that this thing works. It's just so much quicker to actually just shoot an arrow or to fire off a a set of waves or whatever you want to call it, and this is just going to drop off the edge, and we're going to get another shed ton of runes right here. But that's just how it works, unfortunately. It's a nice variation for you guys to be able to do, so hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you have, smash the beautiful blue thumbs up, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate you, folks.